Oddly enough, it seems easiest to start with who I'm not. I'm not a traditional film critic. I'm not a film professor. I'm not a published author on film. What I am is a seasoned fellow movie lover who does his homework and advocates for the best films out there to stream. My picks are tailored to smart, curious viewers, open to exploring movies from different periods and different countries, to broaden their movie palette and overall get more out of movies. I'm a native New Yorker who got totally hooked on film at the tender age of 8. Back in those days, the local TV stations would air classic Hollywood films, mostly black and white. I'd come home from school and watch them all. Homework had to wait. In fact, this was my homework. By age 12, I could do killer impersonations of Cary Grant, Humphrey Bogart, Groucho Marx, and many other stars of the silver screen. Don't worry, I won't perform for you now. I'm long out of practice. So I've been watching and studying movies steadily for well over half a century. At this point, I think I've seen about 10,000 of them, give or take. I went to Princeton for college. At the time, you couldn't even major in film studies. Still, I took every course they offered. We screened the great silent films, really an art form unto themselves. I discovered the brilliant filmmakers of France, Italy, and Japan. It all made me realize just how new this medium is, how quickly it's evolved, and how fascinating its short history truly is. Even then, I knew I didn't want to be in the business of actually making films. I cared less about production techniques, more about how great movies affect us, what they teach us. They say every artist needs an audience. Well, I'm the audience. I didn't want to become a critic either because I disliked a lot of what critics are forced to do. Yes, they get to write about the winners, but given the law of averages, they spend a lot more time watching and reviewing movies that are just average or worse. For me, there's nothing better than a great film, few things worse than a bad one. So instead, I went into the advertising business at Ogilvy in New York, where I worked for nearly 20 years. There, I managed accounts across a range of industries, including airlines, hotels, and tourism. I even ran the famous I Love New York campaign for New York State. How about that? That experience taught me about the power of strong brands. It also taught me to write more concisely and to recognize unmet consumer needs. And one of those needs prompted me to start Best Movies by Farr. More on that in the next section.